All right, here we are, night number 4, Lincoln Speedway, trying to get the second race of the week in. Weather looks bad to the east, but to the west it looks okay. So I think we're gonna get this in, but I don't want to jinx myself. We'll see what happens. Welcome to the show. Hey man, so we just did time trials. We had 2 flights because we have 40 cars, and I'm going to spotlight a buddy of mine, Slide Job Central, and I'm going to let Dylan tell you about those 2 flights of racing.
As Joe told you, I'm Dylan Sterner of Slide Job Central. Today we had Cody Hartlob as our fastest qualifier overall. He ran a 14:102. He was out of Flight A. In Flight A, we saw Hartlob, Larson, Trout, Bollinger, and Zierfoss come out as the top 5. In Flight B, we saw Cam Smith, Anthony Macri, Jeff Halligan, Freddie Raymer, and Logan Rumsey as the top 5. Cam Smith went out relatively early in Flight B, ended up being the fastest in the flight. Anthony Macri and Logan Rumsey, they both scored top 5s. Macri went out 3rd. Rumsey was actually the last car out. He also spun on his 2nd lap, so... in the first flight, Cody Hartlob went out relatively late. Everybody in the top 5 in Flight A, except for maybe Larson and Trout, were pretty late and buried deep after the pill draw. The guy I wanted to note, last night's runner-up and the winner, actually, both of those 2, Chase Dietz and Danny Dietrich, buried very deep in the pack after qualifying.
So we just got through the heat racing for the evening. There were 4 of them. The first one had Chad Trout on the pole, and he took an early lead. Cody Hartlob was the fastest qualifier, so he was fastest in the heat, but the heat spread out a lot because the track's kind of used up. It's pretty slick at this point. There was a transfer battle at the very end between Jordan Thomas and Tyler Ross, and Tyler Ross went under and came up on Thomas in turn 1 and went over the left front tire and wheel hopped him, and that caused a yellow because Ross spun out and had some damage, so he had to go to the back of the line, and then that made a restart that brought us 2 more laps, and there was a pass for the win out of turn number 2 where Brock Zierfoss won the heat race over Chad Trout. Troy Wagaman got 3rd, Cody Hartlob was 4th, and Matt Campbell got the final transfer spot. Heat race number 2 saw Aaron Bollinger on the pole with Dylan Norris to his outside. Kyle Larson went vroom, so he was the fastest of the qualifiers in that heat race and got himself moving up through the field. It was very dusty and spread out. There was a short battle for 4th place. That was really the only thing that happened, and that ended up the heat race with Aaron Bollinger still winning from the pole over Kyle Larson, who wasn't able to close the gap. Dylan Norris 3rd, Brady Bacon 4th, holding off Robbie Kendall for 5th. Heat race number 3 saw Jeff Halligan on the pole. Danny Dietrich starting deep, as Dylan mentioned, had a poor qualifying run. On the 2nd lap, leading into turn number 1, Logan Rumsey was ahead of Jeff Halligan, and kind of when he set the rear of the car, his right rear went up over the left front of Jeff Halligan and busted the front end of that car. That brought out a yellow and sent Halligan to the work area. Off the restart, Logan Rumsey was very fast, and Danny Dietrich was as well. He started 7th off of that restart and was able to get up to 2nd by lap 7, so Logan Rumsey won that heat race over Danny Dietrich, Lucas Wolf, Cameron Smith, and Brandon Raymer. And in heat race number 4, Brandon's brother Freddie got the pole. Chase Dietz on the outside of row number 1 messed up his exit of turn 4, so it kind of made a melee out of the first run down to the first turn, and that gave Freddie Raymer a huge lead as well. Anthony Macri used that to his advantage to pass Chase Dietz. It was dusty and slick, so the field spread out a lot, and we didn't really see any actual racing going on amongst the drivers, with the exception of one pass where Ryan Newton was able to make the pass and transfer into 5th place with 2 laps to go. So Freddie Raymer won the heat race over Anthony Macri, Chase Dietz, Dominic Malaire, and Ryan Newton got the final transfer.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, dog, why did that? Oh, why'd he do that? Oh, man. So we just rounded out the B main. We saw Jordan Thomas and Jeff Halligan on the front row. Tyler Walker got a good start and was able to move up into 2nd quickly. Jordan Thomas dropped off of the front row and out of the transfers pretty quick as well. On lap 3, we saw a yellow for Todd King, who stopped in turn 4. The restart strung out the transfer spots. We really only saw 1 pass amongst them from the rest of the way through the B main. There were 20 cars, only 4 advanced. We had Jeff Halligan, Billy Dietrich, Tyler Walker, and Brett Strickler getting the transfers into the feature. The feature happen. It started. We are under red flags, so I'm going to knock some of this out because it's starting to rain. So from the start, Cody Hartlob and Anthony Macri on the front row. Hartlob got the lead early by jumping over Macri, and that lead lasted about a lap and a half. And then Macri and Freddie Raymer both got by Hartlob in turns 3 and 4. It looked like he messed something up over there and got passed by the two of them. On lap 4, we saw a red flag come out for Chase Dietz flipping in an incident with Dominic Miller and Matt Campbell. They were all okay. Restart from there was single file. Aaron Bollinger had a battle with Cody Hartlob for third, and the two guys up at the front just kept rolling. Cam Smith jumped in. That was a nice little battle to watch for a little while. Later on into laps 13 and 14, Freddie Raymer was able to get past Anthony Macri, who had taken over the lead at that point. By lap 17, the bottom had rubbered in, so in that file, there wasn't anything going on. They were just running single file down at the bottom, except for when they had to go to the outside to... That was lightning. Except for when they had to go to the outside to get around lap traffic. On lap 21, we saw a yellow come out for Billy Dietrich stopping out of turn number 4. And off of that restart, everybody went down to the now rubbered in bottom side of the racetrack. And Larson was the only person who tried to go up to the top. That worked temporarily, but then it stopped working and he fell back to where he had started from for that restart. With 5 laps to go, which is where I'm at right exactly now, Matt Campbell just flipped in turn number 3. And I don't know if you can tell around me, but the raindrops are starting to come down. So they're pushing the cars back off. And hopefully we're going to get the end of this in, because I would really hate to have gotten the whole way into it now to not. But Matt, if you turn the camera to show them, this is not looking good, but we're going to try. Okay, so we're walking out of here now because it's lightning and still drizzling a little bit. They have decided to call it at the 5 laps to go, so now it's a 25-lap feature, and Freddie Raymer just won, and that was the sky lighting up for Thunder. I got Nate Dogg here from Nate Pex Media.
What's up?
What do you think, Nate?
Lightning McQueen won this race.
There you go. So, results on the screen here for the second feature of the week, and then going into the points for the end of the night, and that's the show. Thank you for watching, and we will see you from Grandview as long as it doesn't rain tomorrow, as well as the fact that it's raining now. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. We'll see you from Beckville'sville.